Silver Fox, I think you would agree. Give it up for Flint Dance Collaborative. Your piece inspired by Ryan Bellows, Lyndon Hayes.
We can make that there happen. Till that time, feel free to peruse amongst yourself and check out the nice artwork and the wonderful poetry that is posted. And I will cue you in because these guys deserve your undivided attention. They're just that good. Yes, do your thing, do your thing. And guess what? Whenever I get the chance to I'd also like to bring attention to my voices partner, we will be side by side in the next Voices volume. Ashley, Peter 5. So yeah, she's really talented, yo. She painted this, which I did a poem inspired off of this called Night Vision, and I'm gonna lead off with that. And she also painted this, and I wrote,
that one.
she did that inspired off my poem called The Traveler, which I did read earlier for those of you in attendance and listening. So that's cool. And I did a poem inspired off of the most gracious, one of the best gifts I've ever received in my life. Because as many of you who know me know, I lost my youngest brother on my father's side last summer to street violence. She was moved by my pain, and she painted a portrait of my brother, who is resting on the wall in the back. You can't see it from here, but he's wearing the baseball cap turned to the back. This is my brother Kenny, who's no longer with us. This is inspired off of her painting. Wolf eyes here, I call it Night Vision. Darkened his thoughts when he was younger. Pit of his stomach touching his ribs on frozen tundra. A hunter, haunted that he was also hunted. Found his place from nature wherein growth was stunted. Once under the pressure to live when life was wonder, he wandered through a world hell-bent to put him under. He thundered and plundered the storm, swooped like a condor. Death dishonored, I seek out wars, or so we pondered. Dark memories stick with him despite his will to break free. Through desperate eyes and searches inside for his release. Through alleyways of mine once obscured by negativity, and now those eyes have seen light beyond me. Social beasts, they huddle with pride and fear of predators. Hereditary fetters and fenced in by their creditors. Parasites, they crowned them as kings with pomp and glory. In turn, they spin a sinister story, ghastly and gory. Their memoirs, written in the blood of the blissful apathetic, lost innocence. His eyes was transfixed by their sick indulgences. Go free, some things are hard to unsee. Pulled his leg from the snare, started licking his wounded knee. He walked a trail of tears and howled at the moon and sea. He buried all his fears, said I'll snap to a better me. Let it be that I sniff out the land of milk and honey. Out to greener pastures, blossoming bright and sunny. A place that I belong, carefree when I stop running. A palace of peaceful haven where hunters will stop gunning. Till that time I'll survive and bear through the frigid night. At the edge of the civilized, rigid and always right. Who stress the earth with progress for which they claim to fight. Harbingers of nightmares, I push through the edge of night. 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 We're going to start with this next one, and this is collaboration in the purest form, because not only did we work together and she provided visuals, I provided words. This next piece She's going to accompany me with song and sing, then my poetry. And this piece was inspired, like I said, from Jenny Mancha's painting. Great painting, good representation of my brother. And she asked me, she said, what should I put in the background? You know what I'm saying? And it was taken from, you know, my brother was in the streets a lot, you know, and the streets took him down, you know. This happened to a lot of people in this city. This happened to friends of mine. I said, put him in a castle. Because he wanted to be king out here. So I called this piece Dungeon in a Castle of Dreams.
You've been lost to me. You've been lost to me. Every step I take, every breath I breathe, ever since that day, you've been lost to me. Every winter rain, every frost I see, I'll be feeling it all, 'cause you've been lost to me.
Slam it shut, no escape, you had enough, just walk away, it's not that tough, you are right, live dog life, did hard time, at least we think we hard, with bullets feel the flesh is soft, the streets is tearing men apart, eating out their hearts, made heartless, lost minds will act thoughtless, walking dead with grave eyes that lack spark, it's the way it is, do dirt and get it how you live, a short story, tired plotting to wrap it in. A trap it's been. These sellout rappers like to pretend that gangsters win. In the end, they're killers with a pen. Leading kids to jail in coffins like Pied Pipers. Babies puking murder hymns while they still in diapers. Wherever you ran to, them devils gave chase. Torture soul with torment engraved on his face. Let us behind, left us behind. Left us behind, left us behind. Now I can only agonize. Why did I not fight harder to reach you before you died? Blood of my blood, 8 street slugs with none to save. Wasted away, an empty offer left on the page. We've been a slave, brainwashing brought by the CIA. Promotion pays, they target ghettos for massive play. Ground zero where villains were made the new heroes. I wish I could have been more for you to look up to. You're still resolved of no resolution for family's sake. Never fake, now sober tears spill at your wake. Sharing pain with those I hate pulled you away. Whisper plans of revenge set for a coming day. From thugs who can bear the stamp of your image. Blood for blood, will this dark cycle never diminish? Finish. Finish.
You've been lost to me. You've been lost to me. Every step I take, every breath I breathe, ever since that day, you've been lost to me. Every winter rain, every frost I see, I'll be feeling it all. excited to be here. It's like really high. So this was like a really interesting experience because we learned all about trust and compromise, we did a lot of fighting, didn't we, I think?
No.
Anybody who knows us know we just go around and around. But anyways, so we did one piece together, we walked around the door, and we both wrote on it, so we just both want to read. And so you'll indulge. Can I go first?
Go first.
Okay. All right. So we do this thing every Monday at Stone Street. It's the Flint Public Art Project House, if you guys are interested. And artists just come together and people write and they draw and they just do all kind of stuff, and anybody's welcome to come, and it's from 6 to 9. And so I was sitting at Must Art Monday one day in this chair, and I just kicked back and I just was watching people, and I was looking around at the elements that were in the room and through the hall, and I was listening, like really listening to like people's paintbrushes and pens and things that they were doing, and smelling the smells, because we always have really good coffee and stuff there. So anyways, this is my rendering of what I feel like Must Art Monday is. It's called Colors. Colors, yet to come to life, encompassed by colors, intended, specific or non-specific, defining lines. Golds and reds dominate. Reds and greens resonate. Colors, dried and dripping, vibrant, subtle, soft and hard, slow dance, smooth and rough, tango together. Rhythm rules. Wood meets metal. Plastic makes its presence known. Fabric flows. Cylinders full. Horsehair synthetic. Extensions of the hand or mouth or feet or mind. Textures beg touch. Creative energy bounces. Spectrum to spectrum. Engaging, encouraging, enriching others encountered. Voices conversate in depth. Reasoning of minds melded. Voices conversate, disjointed, rallying, enlightened moments of brilliant lay pensier. Perfect melody emerges. Notes float, sharp pierces, a quiet minute. Flat punctures, a small still moment. Perfect melody emerges. Layers upon layers of texture upon texture, overlapping in spaces, defined or undefined, entwined. Layers of images, layers of personalities collide and color the impassioned playground. Pleasure, weird and torqued, gives way to restful obsession of creative minds. Woven threads and woven reeds, woven beautiful thoughts and tangible touchables, woven together. Plaster, cork, small circles meet sharp squares, spiral springs, cardboard cutouts, canvas fulfilled, canvas unfulfilled, awaiting small, cold adhesion of thoughts laid down. The gods relax, reclining on clouds, exhaling, calming breath, stirring imagination and soul. Knowledge nestled bound and unbound, lays in wait of sharing, inspiration for days gone and to come. Stories related, songs, poems flow as paint dries, in lead scratches, wax and ashes, smudge, rubber rises, sweetness fills the air, squeaking markers and metallic strings sing. Come with me, my friend, let's journey on. Can you feel and see and taste the colors?
I wrote this poem back in '99. And they came out of confusion that I was trying to make a joke out of. But since then I've found a lot of other things that just kind of goes with. It's called, What's This For? What is this for? It's knocking at the door. Can it be or evermore? What is this for? Looking back to my memory, looking back, what do I see? What is this for? What is this for? What could this possibly be? I don't know, it confuses me. Is it coming after me? Look over my shoulder, and in back of me, there it is, I see. What is this for? What is this for? Does it follow me? Why does it exist? Why won't it go? Thank you.
Give it up for DaMaria.
I don't really have a title. It was just some thoughts. Well, I do have a title. It's called Those That Never Loved Will Never Understand. They say that true love is the ultimate expression of the will to live, and that the heart is the one that loves forever. I'm still trying to figure out how that can possibly be true, when all love does is beat people down emotionally and mentally. Or that may be my experience from it. You see, I have a weird perception of love. Don't get me wrong, I'm in love with the idea of love, but I just don't know what really love is. Sometimes love is like a foreign word to me. And I know what you're wondering. How could you ever think that love is a foreign word when you don't even know what it is yourself? So, and the answer to that is maybe it's because I spend my Friday nights watching hopeless romantics and wishing and hoping that one day I could have that, even if it exists. Or perhaps maybe surfing the internet or on social media looking at all these perfect couples and how in the hell did they get that? And what could I do to get that? Or sometimes I think that that makes it only worse for me. I can only be happy for those that do have love. And just pray and hope that one day I can get the same thing on my own.
That was lovely. Thank you for that.
Hi, welcome.
All right, so we're gonna look on here now. Thanks for that to DaMaria. We're gonna let Tom Allen jump up here now.
Tom!
My hat brother.
Tom.
Brother in hat.
This is a little poem I wrote quite a number of years ago, actually in Minneapolis. And I read this at Creative Alliance at Good Beans about 10 days ago, whenever it was. It's called Spring is Here, and is definitely spring. Spring is here, it's almost summer. Winter is gone, that was a bummer. I like the rain and the apple tree, I like you and you like me. I just love to play in the mud. I just love to kiss your face. I just love it when you just love it. Life is yours and mine. I love you when you feel bad. Do you love me when I feel sad? When you feel better, I feel glad. Life is yours and mine. I just love to play in the sand. Squeeze your hand and dance to the band. Squeeze your hand and take my stand. Life is yours and life is mine.
Hey! Good job. Man, these signees are just flying up and down off the stage. So we're gonna keep it moving. We do have someone else.
Oh, good.
But are you going to sign?
Yeah, if there isn't somebody else who
Yeah,
does.
sign up.
Eventually, there won't be anyone else.
But I
So,
won't be here eventually because at 5:30 I'm probably going to be leaving.
okay, so coming to the stage is Charleen. Due to time constraints, Charleen will avoid signing the paper and waiting her turn.
Charleen was up first.
But first she has to
Oh yeah, just so y'all know, Charleen had the courage to be the first one up earlier. She is the icebreaker.
Just a second.
And at the time, it was this huge frigid iceberg in here. And she just stepped right up and shattered it to pieces. So thanks for that, Charleen. You made my job a lot
I had to
easier.
make sure that I had these two. They kind of, I don't know why they go together, they were just written at the same time. The first one, which maybe in some ways goes with the painting I saw back there, is called Futurity. When you look in the Alice glass, what do you see? A world that's the mirror image of this one? Don't be too sure. It may not be nearly as pretty as it looks, or it may be much better, but you'll never know until you step through. Yay! Haven't done that one in a while, that's why I need to read it. The other one, on the other hand, I have known for a while. It's called At the Shelter. We had a black-eyed Susan sort of marriage. You know, all sunny yellow and bright on the outside, but black at the heart. Everybody saw the outside and envied us. But the seed came from the heart. And the good book says which part the Lord looks on. That's all I really, I got lots of other stuff, but that's all that I thought would be good for this time, so.
So more to say?
Short and sweet. But sweet nonetheless.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So now I'm going to call out a man who is no stranger to the stage. Okay, I've been overridden from the side here. So she's demanding of me to call the person she wants to go on stage.
It's the next name.
So
Next name.
I suppose I will relent and allow this request to go through because I am in control of this stage right now. So I'm gonna call to the stage, Mary.
I would call this a work in progress. And I wrote this at Collab Night, I think in January. And if I waited till it was done, you'd never hear it. So, I was trying to answer the challenge of a song about Flint, but it didn't make it to a song, so I'll call it spoken word. A river runs through Flint like time rolling along through good times and bad. From Native Americans traversing the deer trails to homeless calling the riverbanks home. See the possibilities, see the dreams, stuff the negativity, be the unity in community. Start your business, be a mentor, pick up trash, support local business. Be the someone who should do something. Be the light. Everyone can do something. Tomorrow can be better.
On our taxes.
Well, I'm gonna jump in and call myself out right now and do a piece from last year's Voices, which I was not here to attend. So take that, last year's Voices. I'm reading mines anyways. Hold on one second.
Sounds like your cell phone is calling you.
Is that a cell phone? Do I hear a cell
Hello?
phone?
Put him on the mic.
What's going on? No, I ain't at the crib right now. I'm hosting a little event right now. I'm on stage. What you doing?
I'm over here by your house. I'm going to leave an invitation in your door to Jesus Christ Memorial, which is next Friday.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, so I'm just going to leave this invite in your door, and I'll talk to you later about it or whatever.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot Easter was
Don't
coming.
let him hang up without applause.
What's that?
I forgot Easter is coming up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right on. That's cool. Why don't you say what up to everybody out here real quick?
Yeah, Jesus Christ Memorial is April 3rd, 7:30. Check out a Kingdom Hall near you. It's United Worldwide. And Jesus' death, there'll be a talk how Jesus' death benefits all of us.
Wow, that's deep. Sweet, man. Thanks for calling.
Give it up.
Jesus.
All right, peace out, brother.
All right,
That was one of my Jehovah's Witness buddies.
Oh, I thought maybe it was all shut up. I thought maybe that was your performance. Seriously.
Okay, so the piece I got is also a Flint-inspired piece from this city, and it was done to a Brian Stadler painting right here. It's called "Fat Rats Get Fatter" is the name of his piece here. He has money. He actually, what he did, it's pretty dope because he sat on the side of the street doing this painting, and he was like begging for money and change, and then every time somebody gave it to him, he glued it straight to the art piece right there live. He took it and glued it to his canvas. that might have like ticked off the homeless people or something, I don't know, but I thought it was cool. I called this poem Sparky's Town. Y'all remember Sparky, don't you? Sparky?
The fire dog or something?
No, he wasn't no fire dog. He was like the Flint mascot back when Autoworld was jumping off.
Oh, Sparks is the girl.
No, it wasn't a girl at first. It was just like some kind of weird lightning bolt looking thing or something.
Huh.
But anyways, Sparky's Town. Ignite, Flint Town, Brownfield. Smoke builds, lungs filled. Spark memories of them killed. Fisher bodies drift the river still. Buick City reeks of sushi deals. A single carp can make a couple meals. Fires flare up after firings. Fried feelings have a couple wings. City council needs counseling. Wasted funding notwithstanding. Pot-bellied pinatas stuffed with beer conies and onion rings. Bow to the emergency king and manage to kiss his pinky ring. Soiled hands clutching dirty notes emerge in time to trash our votes. Cold-blooded in a winter coat, keeping journals full of murders wrote. Extreme crime per capita makes my home the crime capital. Each new idea that moves up roots is likely seen as radical. Every move around uptown is seemingly screaming of tactical. But we can all still make an escape downtown for a 4-block sabbatical. We've seen the birth of NAFTA and what lies at the end of Happily Ever After, where the princess takes the carriage when marriage dissolves in the 13th chapter. And it made Grandpa's nostrils flare watching $1,000 suits collect corporate welfare. And Dad, he found it funny how the man is always the man who wasn't there. And Mom heard we have plenty of enemies over there. She just can't remember where. So perhaps I'm not aware, but it doesn't seem to matter, or I'm too broke to care what fat rats get fatter.
Yeah.
The end. Moving right along. I'm gonna call up a man who is no stranger to the stage. Matter of fact, I think he was born on stage. It's like performance art. They called it the birthing. He was 8 pounds, 10 ounces. Half of that weight was his head. Nick Custer, everybody.
Yes, I was born with a head this big. That's all right, though. Actually, that's not too far off. I was born on May Day, May 1st. My mom would always make me feel bad as a kid. She'd be like, "Ah, screaming, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday." I'm like, you're a horrible mother. No, I'm just kidding, little mom. Y'all saw it. I was not there. I was right here. All right, so we got finally this large piece in here from Paulie Everett. Took him about half the day to find a ride because it's so large. And I felt like, you know, he's doing this giant piece, and I could do a really long, in-depth poem, or I could go in the complete opposite direction and write a haiku. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna write a haiku about this. And so, it goes quick, you know, it's a haiku, it's 3 lines, you know, 17 syllables. So, the idea here, it's called Hottie Haiku, is, you know, you have this kind of female being objectified on top of what looks to me like a hydrogen bomb of some kind. And, you know, it just says that kind of, that mix between sensuality and also kind of sharpness, you know, danger. It's a good kind of danger, not like the sexist kind of danger. So, I'm gonna count the lines like that, all right? Red hot death machine. She's posing a threat, demure. Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes, he's right to clap. She was also right.
So I'm going to intersperse that with some other poems that are not voices related, but I feel are a little more lively. Is that okay? If it's cool, say cool.
Cool.
Cool. You guys are so nice to me.
This is well, they're kind of all Flint poems, but the one I want to read is a real positive one. And you know, when I was younger, somebody I knew and really respected was like, you'll never be broke as long as you have inside you kind of that thing that you hold on to, you know? You can be cash poor and still be really rich in spirit. And I was like, oh, it's a great concept, and I kind of ran with it. This is what I got, called Broke. But we'll never be broke, she said. Even when our pockets are turned out and wallet lies gutted because we are wealthy in spirit. We have stockpiles of pride and chests full of hope. They'll have to build bigger jails to house our hearts or begin taxing happiness because we refuse to play the fugitive, saying rich dreams on the lamb. We refuse to be outlaw kings and queens trying to bury those shining treasures under triple X's. She said, wear your crown jewels wild and free, which sounded to me like old scars and facial piercings, dreadlocks and tattoo sleeves. And a little older now, I can sort of see. Cash poor, I still manage to pay the bills in filigree. I've realized that self-confidence is the real secret to mastering alchemy. Lots of big words, big ideas, but really, it's all gold. It's kind of it.
All right, I'm gonna just do 2 more, if that's cool.
Cool.
So, a good friend of ours passed away this last winter, Ryan Bellows. We all kind of took it upon ourselves to take these awesome finger paints he gave us, which he started as kind of a therapeutic thing, and then just give them to his friends, and use those as inspiration for the Voices concept, which again is like, you know, collaborate with a different kind of medium and write something based on it. And he had asked me originally, what should I paint you? And I was like, oh dude, I'm really honored, you should paint me sacred geometry, which is this whole big conceptual thing about how the universe is constructed. He had no idea what I was talking about. And instead of actually looking it up or anything else, he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna run with that. And he made a sacred tea house, which it's in the back here. And so I kind of said, okay, I'm not gonna strictly stick to his painting because he didn't strictly stick to my idea, and I'm just gonna kind of run with it too. And so I got, you know, out of that kind of collaboration upon collaboration upon collaboration, this strange poem that I wrote a couple days ago. And I don't know, it's not really like a memorial poem or anything, it's just a weird poem. So it's called Sacred Tea House. A wrinkled letter came, postmarked a year ago. So I journeyed back there. That tea house, a shack atop a holy hill. Its outline obscuring the moon's half-hearted ascent. Grass brushed along my knees on the climb. I expected clumsy footfalls on sleeping rattlesnakes dreaming of cottontails. The door had been pried open. The wind invited me in. Upturned tables and empty bookshelves, the ghastly stench of rotten food, but not a single page left. Muddy footprints crushed the scarred floors in a frenzied dance of fear. Hidden under that loose board in the back room was a soggy survival. A notebook of partial prophecies, scrawled stabs echoing for eternity. A scrap of heresy I inherited, saved from the burn pile. So, stuffing it in my backpack, I climbed down the hill and left for home. Later that night, in honor of old friends, I plagiarized it secretly and wrote a dangerous new poem.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you one more, if that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool! And I was really blown away by DaMaria just coming up here. Like, it can be a pretty intimidating situation, especially when you don't. I know a lot of these people, and I don't really care what they think of me, but to come into a situation, just put yourself out, that was just wonderful. You did a really good job.
This is not related to doing a good job. This is just related to feeling like everything's kind of against you in this life. But it's all right. It's called Horny Ski Mask Demons. You see, there's a sick hipster appeal to living in a town this real. There's little here for fun and home is hell for some who dip out to craft big city lives and scraps of kings. The best of us, hired as escape artists at age 18, but there's no need to blame those evacuees, they did their time. And only God knows what it means, and most fields in the city were first built up dreams burnt down rapidly to erase bad memories. Boom times are gone, and so is prosperity. The only boom that makes money now involves liquor store robbery, and business is good. Behind weed, greed, and exploitation is the backbone of our economy. Heavens forbid someone forgive the need to survive when no one provides hope or a living salary. Unions established a false sense of security, but the ease of certain things, like summoning cash by smiling, smug, sawed-off bangs, reminds us the devil works in mysterious ways when coping with desperation or hunger pains, or of seeking alternatives to that martyrdom of minimum wage. Even with paradise underfoot, inner demons cause generational pain. I mean, maybe instead of being the destitute descendants of opportunity's haze, perhaps horny ski mask demons is a more fitting phrase. I mean, isn't that what the headlines read? Action news spicing up the verbiage, planting seeds. And in TV times like these, everybody needs a sacrificial savior to disrupt the feed, or a monk making a stand and gasoline from the field ease and take the lead, but that's not me. Fiends seeking out a funeral by fire truck should crack a beer and look as Arson City cashes in on bad luck and low self-esteem. Slashed wrists spewing flames, delayed results of fools falling for a hangman's dream while leaders drive away with bull ironies trailed by folded factories. Stay here long enough, there's a real chance of getting stuck, stoned to broke in a pothole rut. A loony wolf twiddling thumbs while the trapper comes instead of gnawing off its own foot. So for a second, imagine starting over. As those same kitty cherubs still choosing to chisel wild horns from woolen halos, but this time let it be enlightening. This time, as a trusty corporate angel, rob the system and earn yourself a bailout. Because while everyone agrees that you should agree to everything, when referred to a pair of split-kissed pistol lips smelling seriousness for some dumb gunmetal ventriloquist, the truth is obviously an idiot. The security camera is paparazzi enough to know you won't get away with it. It's funny, how many registers are already stripped down to their nickels and cents before the bad guys arrive to cash out the Coinstar contents. Corporate crooks still collecting decades worth of ruinous rents. Nothing left to steal in Flint except the fillings from our teeth, so thank God mine are made from PVC. Pause for laughter. Half the population lives up to polluted expectations and never leaves a shallow sea. Raised from tadpoles and chlorine fountains, surviving with deformities, waiting to steal kisses from a non-existent princess while croaking on modernity. Possessed with angry notions, the young trade salvation for a pistol's gleam, destined to repeat the cycle until hellbound, shot down, and murderous, rich and free. End of the day, we sacrifice ourselves, even though there's nothing left but vast foundation slabs like wailing walls where the temple used to be. True believers conditioned to die or live trying. Nothing to do but keep moving and laugh about this tragedy. Thank you.
I'm going to read it, what he sent me. And this here is from Matt De Palma. All right, and it's called, what is it called? It's called Animal Shelf. In bolder graphics, style on ice. Mental projections, 1 out of 3, makes me me. Market out the primitive, all wealth abound, dripping in proof that the feeling we wed follows the fool. When too much struggle paralyzes the monkey, a hurting beast knows too much fear. Every fake day, strain abides. Too much love makes one eye blind. Switching, securing fate for the punishment of lies. The stabbed part of us that knows better. Suffering earthlings, stalling in fantasy. Projection, obsessive royal misanthrope. Theater puppets, Enoch across me. Durden Costanza, weakness rebirthing. From the death of a freedom-craving tumor in the shape of a hot dog burrito. So that was Matt DePalma. That was my interpretation of Matt DePalma's piece, Animal Shelf. I'm gonna go ahead and put a period on this here open mic session with a selection of mine from Voices 3. Then I'm gonna close it out with a bellows piece before we peace out. Then we'll see who's the big winner. But I feel we're all winners, or at least feel you all are winners because you got to come here and enjoy my presence. Okay. This one, I did this with Justin Favor back there in the back. He painted this. He painted it.
Justin did?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You see that? You see what color the sky is? It's not purple, it's not blue, it's not black, it's plum.
This way.
Plum. Most people would have to buy one of these to ever see this. Good job, Justin, on this here. It's a good voices too. So this one, I guess I didn't give it a title. So it goes like this. I've built a castle for you in my heart, a plum-filled sky to ease you into dreams, mountains to bring you closer to shining stars, a mantle in my thoughts for the portrait of your smile. If only you could have cloaked yourself in my love that death would have mistaken you. I held you so tightly in my arms, how could he ever have taken you? Separated by the veil, I'm left only to lament the hour of your passing. The hills and valleys of my passion do sorely miss your tender steps. Where once you soothed the water's currents, now left crashing against cliff and shore. Once calmed the brewing storms, now dark clouds build and billow in cold gray. Torrents have since fallen upon the trail of your departure, washing away an abandoned kingdom, leaving only the palace of the slumbering princess, queen of my soul. There's gonna be mad dedications here in this next Voices volume. A lot of people got lost last year. So this next piece is on the back. If anybody grabbed the photos back there, taken by our friend back there, BMO or Brian, whichever he prefers these days.
Brian Mo.
And this is the poem on the back. And it's called Selection from Fountains. It would be cause for celebration and revival, periodically drumming in cycles of rhythmic spontaneity. Would-be players constructing random majestic melodies. enticing river patrons and spectators of music to come together in festivity. The river cleansing itself besides the brand new fountains of regional jazz and blues music. So, that was his piece. Here's the photo. It's a very good photo in a silo. And you know, I decided that I want my funeral to be like a barbecue beach bash going down, because that would be cool, right? Ashy barbecue beach bash, where my ashes get scattered out somewhere and on the people's barbecue. All the events, they're all good, but out of this one, it really embodies our mission statement, which is to, you know, bring artists together and, you know, form a creative alliance.
I enjoyed the workshops.
Lanie says she enjoyed the workshops.
Yeah.
If any of y'all went to the workshops, you know, which I did not.
They were great.
The word is they were awesome, so that's something we'll do next year again. We'll do some workshops, collaborative art and inspiration.
We may be doing this throughout the year.
Brought together.
We've talked about doing this throughout the year.
So successful, they want to keep doing them. So, you know, that's something to look out for. Any of y'all interested in becoming a part of the art community and checking us out and helping us, volunteering for future events or something like that, giving support in different ways. Creative Alliance, Greater Flint Creative Alliance can be found on Facebook. They also can be found in Churchill's 3 Wednesdays out of the month, the first 3 Wednesdays at 7 p.m. at Churchill's, like clockwork.
First, second, and fourth.
Third Wednesday.
First, second, and fourth at Churchill.
First, second, and fourth. That's complicated.
So wait.
And Creative Alliance can be found at Good Beans the 3rd Wednesday of every month for Creative Collab Night, where you set aside our meetings and we just do our thing on stage and have fun.
And instead of being confused, we have the dates listed on the back of the Voices flyer. Feel free to take one on your way out.
If you have not gotten a flyer, you should take one. It is frame worthy.
And can I just say, I want to really give it up for our host, Silver Fox. Did a great job today.
Thank you.
And some you
Thank you. I did what I could, you know what I'm saying? Silver Fox came out of his hole today. So yeah, thank you, Mikey, made it, for these glorious cover art for and stuff for our books, and the glorious flyers, which is also up on the wall, the art for that, which is really cool. And a big shout out to Ashley for graciously being my partner and helping me out and supporting me and loaning me $1.
Yeah.
And
The losing dollar.
yeah, no, you ain't gotta remind me now.
Just like my dollar was a loser dollar too.
Oh no, don't try to cover your tracks now.
Oh, we got lost.
Big shout out to Jenny Mach, you know what I'm saying, the lady behind the camera, you know. I see you, even if everybody don't. Everybody now is looking at me, looking at you. So think about that. So they still see you indirectly. You can't hide.
Spin the camera around.
No.
And I would just say, look for Voices Volume 6. It's really cool. Also look at for the other volumes, because they're all unique and all great. And you're great. And I'm just gonna drone along a little bit longer, like, oh.